Hello dear students, welcome to the platform of Teacher Educator. I am Dr.Jyotsna Sharma and today we are going to learn the very first topic of Unit 1 in Content and Pedagogy of English, that is prescribed in the syllabus of BCU, BU and BNU, and the topic is Semantic Structure of English. You know that from this unit, that is content, you get only 5 marks questions under part C of the question paper. Questions based on this topic have been appeared in the year 2018, 2019 and 2020. By that you can value the significance of this topic. So let's go for it. Human behavior includes variety of actions and habits. Among those, language is one. Language as a habit is the form of human behavior which we humans use as a means of communication. And why do we communicate? We communicate to express our thoughts, emotions, and of course to share the knowledge as it is being done in this video. We have a separate branch which studies the science of language, like what is language, how it is historically evolved, how it is put into practice, theories of language and lots of literature related to language and so on. So that scientific study of a language is called linguistics. And the person who studies linguistics is called a linguist. Moving ahead, according to Ethnolog, the most trusted catalogue of languages, there are more than 7,000 living languages across the globe. So, with little bit of background knowledge, now let me pop up the topic of the day. That is semantic structure of language. First, let me draw your focus to the word structure. We are always surrounded by many things or structures, like as I am sitting in a room where I can see a fan, a small bicycle, an iron box and television and so on. Let me take an illustration of a bicycle. The basic purpose of a bicycle is to carry its rider. It is made of many components, parts or constituents as you can see in this video clip. So you have observed that bicycle is a structure and a huge heap of the components which make a bicycle cannot make it to run on the road till you arrange them in a specific order. Each of the components has to be in a proper order in relation to others, which is a very significant point. And one more thing, each of its components in turn may have its own subcomponents or substructures. As this cycle has many components like a frame, wheels, front set, saddle area, etc. And interestingly, each component has its subcomponents as the wheel, which is one component. It has a tire and the tube, the rim and the spokes, etc. Thus, the bicycle is a structure built up of the components, and to make a bicycle to function, all its components and some subcomponents should work in proper order. Now, based on this, similarly, like this illustration, every language has its own structure which is constructed based on its components or constituents which contribute in the adequate functioning of the language. So, the basic components of language are sound, form and meaning. The entire structure of a language is built on these major components. Now, these components have got their subcomponents or branches or structures. The first branch under sound is phonetics. Phonetics is the study of speech sounds, where you learn actual production of the sounds, their meaning and written form. Another branch of linguistics is very much close to phonetics, that is phonology, which is the study of sound patterns and their mental blueprint. Our entire speech is based on sound patterns. These both the branches are very closely connected, and poor learning in any of these may affect the language of an individual. The next component of the language is the form. Once the speech sounds are identified, you need to form them in a certain manner to make the words. Words make the phrases, and phrases constitute a clause or a sentence. So, the branch of linguistics which studies the words and their structure is called morphology. And the study of phrases, clauses and sentences is called syntax. Then, you have the third component, that is meaning. Meaning is studied by two branches of linguistics. Those are semantics and pragmatics. Dear students, pragmatics is the branch of study which focuses on the contextual use of language and its meaning, whereas semantics is the study of literal meaning of the words, phrases and sentences in a given text. Now, with the help of this image, you get to know that alphabet of English makes speech sounds. Sounds make the morpheme, that is minimum meaningful unit, and combination of morphemes make words. Words make phrases, phrases and clauses, and then sentences. Thus, language is structured. But all these words, phrase, clauses are meaningless if they do not convey any meaning. Dear students, language without meaning is meaningless. The branch of linguistics which focuses on meaning of the words is semantics. Now, we have come to the actual point from where you need to write as an answer to the topic 1.1 of your unit 1. Let's know what is semantics or semantic structure. You do not get confused by this technical term. Semantic means meaning. The word semantics is derived from a Greek word, that is semantikos, which means give sign. Sign means the words. So, semantics is the study of the meaning of words, phrases and sentences in human language. It is the study of the relations between linguistic expressions. Linguistic expression means words, phrases and their meaning. It means, I'll give you an example. Words have got some kind of the relations. For an example, when I say white and black. So white, the word white has got its relation of being opposite with the black, right? So that is the example of relationship. Now, the different relationship among the words in a language, that is called as semantic structure of the language, which is also termed as lexical semantics. And this relationship is represented by a network. That network is called as semantic network or semantic framework. The words which have semantic component in common, they belong to a semantic set. How? It means the words which fall under one category are put together under one semantic set. So, the words fork, spoon, knife, etc. they all come under one semantic set, that is cutlery. Same way, pen, book, your notebook and your eraser, sharpener, they all come under one category, that is stationery. So that is one semantic set. Now let us know about the kind of lexical relationship words have, that is of following types. So that relationship is synonymy, antonymy, hyponymy, hypernymy, polysemy, hyponymy and homophony. Hyponymy is repeated here twice, so you can ignore it. Okay, now let's learn them one by one. Synonymy. Synonymy means sameness of the meaning, a state or phenomenon in which different words have very closely related meaning. These are often but not always intersubstitutable in sentences. We need to note that the idea of sameness of meaning used here in the given statement is not necessarily total sameness. There are many occasions when one word is appropriate in a sentence but its synonyms would be odd. And the concrete form of synonymy is called synonym. The examples are broad, wide, hide is a synonym of conceal, almost, nearly, cab, taxi, answer and reply. The next one is antonymy. Antonymy means oppositeness of meaning, a state or phenomena which involves two forms with opposite meaning. The concrete form of antonymy is called antonym. Antonyms are two types of gradable antonym and non-gradable antonym. The gradable antonyms have got the examples like big and small, and non-gradable have the examples like male and female. In a separate video, you can learn about the detail of gradable and non-gradable antonyms. Now we will move towards the next one, that is polysemy or homonymy. Polysemy and homonymy are very much closely related. That is why I have tried to club them together. So a state in which one word has different meanings. Word is only one, but there are many meanings of that word. Our English language is very much rich in polysemic words. So, for an example, the word crane has got many meanings. Crane is a machine, crane is a bird also, and a kind of physical exercise, that's neck stretch, is also called as crane. Another example is head. Head is the part of your body. Another meaning is the head of the institution. The third meaning is head of the mountain, right? So like that, a word which has got many meaning, that is a part of your polysemy, right? Next, we are going to move towards hypernym and hyponym. Here we need to understand by the word hyper and hypo. Hyper means which is superordinate, which is higher, which is at the top, and hypo means which is under something, right? So let us learn that. Hypernym is a word whose meaning includes the meaning of other words. It is a general term or category, and it is a super type or superordinate. Let me explain with the help of an example after this hyponym explanation. An hyponym is a term which is used for a particular member of a broader class. It is a specific term and it is subordinate or subtype. So let me explain it with the help of the example. As you can see here, the image here, living things is the superordinate, that term. It means that is a hypernym. Under this hypernym living things, there are many subcategories. That is, living things are of two types of creature and plant. So creature is the hyponym of living things. Plant is the hyponym of living things. Then under creature you have again subtypes, animal and insects. Then again under animals you have horse, dog and snake. Insects you have cockroach and ant. Here you can see horse is the hyponym because it is coming under animal. So horse is the horse, dog and snake are the hyponyms of animal. So here in this example, animal becomes the hyponym. And animal is the hyponym for the word creature. Creature becomes the hyponym there. Similarly, towards this side of the example, plant is the hyponym for tree, flower and vegetables, wherein the words banyan, pine are the hyponyms of the word tree, right? I think by that you have understood the meaning clearly. So hyper stands for the general terms which comes at the top as the superordinate, as the superior words and as the general words, and the hyponyms come under the category of hypernyms. So subclasses are hyponyms and the main class is the hypernym. I think you have understood the meaning of hypernym and hyponym. So next one is the homophones. Dear students, it is a very simple term which since our childhood we have learnt that homo means the same, phones means sounds. When two or more different forms have the same pronunciation, they are called as homophones. But they will be different in their written form. So see and see, sun and sun, meat and meat, pale and pale. So what we have seen in the above examples, homophones are the same sounding words which may have the different spellings, right? So dear students, I hope you have understood about the semantic structure of English. So happy learning.